Good afternoon, welcome to Mead Live and welcome to our special broadcast today. We're going to look at the UAE and GCC construction industries and particularly we're going to look at the new realities in the regional construction industry that have been created by the fall in oil prices and the general change in the economic landscape in the region. I'm joined today by four very eminent panelists. We have with us Bill Bodie, the Middle East and Africa Executive Vice President for Parsons. Welcome, Bill. Next to Bill, we have Mohammad Khader al-Shouli. He is the Senior Vice President and Head of Contracting Finance for Mashreq. Welcome, Mohammad.
Thank you very much.
In the middle, we have Rami Ghandour, the Managing Director of Metito. Welcome, Rami.
Thank you.
And on my immediate right, we have Wael Farsakh, who is the General Manager for Dutco Balfour Beatty, based here in Dubai. How has construction changed in the past 2 or 3 years in this region?
Well, of course, you pointed out, Richard, that many of the governments in this region are having budgetary pressures because they are disproportionately dependent upon hydrocarbon-based revenues. Those revenues then are used to fund the large public infrastructure projects. After 2-3 years of depressed pricing, we're now seeing the results of that in terms of projects being delayed or canceled, projects being slowed down, contract terms being perhaps even more onerous than in the past. And of course, as your survey pointed out, we're seeing increasing difficulties with compliance with contractual payment terms.
Wael, if I can come to you from a main contracting point of view, how has construction changed? So we've heard from Bill some of the pressures on government cutbacks. Yeah. How does it look from the contractor's point of view?
It's definitely difficult because it's more stringent. I mean, projects are coming, we involve in tenders. A lot of times the tender is not meeting the budget, it's a re-tender and e-tender, which additional cost. The project moves on. Sometimes even while the project is moving, there's delays in the continuation of the project, de-scoping, looking at it, variation, introducing a lot of changes, which the management of that change cause further complication on the payment. Every interim payment almost as a final account with substantiation. That delay in payment automatically aggravate the cash flow of the contractor. It's more affecting our subcontractor and our supply chain because they're on the receiving end from the main contractor. Pain is transferred as gain is transferred. As a result, we're seeing more in the supply chain. There is companies who cannot cope with the current economical situation.
We're seeing a crunch, and definitely in the region we're seeing a slowdown of some sort in certain type of projects. We are looking at people being more interested in alternative financed projects so that they can take on board something which is going to be more sustainable long term.
What does alternative finance mean?
Such as a BOT or a PPP, something where the end user or the client is paying over time.
Okay, so that brings us on to the financing. Mohammad, welcome. Thank you for your patience whilst we've touched on these issues. What does the construction industry look like from a lender's point of view?
Well, the construction market has changed tremendously in the past 5-6 years. And after the first crisis in 2008. Now, can we say that it is becoming risky to finance contractors? It's becoming risky to do construction right now under the terms and conditions that are prevailing. The ability to manage the change is what is really required to bring about that stability. As far as financing contractors, of course we would be there, and of course we would like to continue, and we would want to continue to finance the contractors. The reality is that there has to be more transparency.